Hey, everybody, and welcome into the Above the Rim show. We are live on the Broncos Sports Network, live on Broncos social media and FSU YouTube. Great to have you with us as we get ready for the men's and women's seasons to get right into the thick of CIAA conference play. We're talking a little bit of the men's team and the storylines with some of the guys. I'm Andrew Chapman alongside Chris Worthy, DJ Myers, and we also have Tyler Foster on the program. And guys, congrats on getting to this stage of the year. And I know this is what you've been practicing for, getting ready to play some meaningful games in conference play. And it's been a tough schedule. We'll get into some of that. Chris, still want to start with you and one of the preseason headlines for you, and that was being named an all preseason conference player on the watch list. And that's a product of your season last year and the success that you guys had, and getting a recognition like that, what does it mean for you? And you've been playing up to that expectation, so what kind of motivation has it been?
For really, it means a lot, but at the same time, we got work to do. So, yeah. I'm not really worried about, all the preseason accolades and all that. I'm really worried about winning and trying to get another championship. So, That's my main focus.
Yeah. Another cool preseason moment for you guys was going to Cameron Indoor Arena. Got to play against the Duke Blue Devils, a team that at the time was a preseason top 10 Division I team. I think you put up 14, 15, 16 points, something like that. You guys played a competitive game in an awful tough environment. And what was that experience like for you guys?
It's probably one of the great experiences in my life.
Yeah.
Playing college basketball, playing against Duke University. I think we did a pretty good job against Duke. In my opinion, we came out there and competed. So that's really what we want to do, is compete every night, really, and give it our all. That's really it.
Yeah, for what it's worth, the Broncos scored the first buckets of the game. They had that early lead against Duke, so that's in the box score. But, DJ, like Cress, your second year now in the program. You guys both transferred in and were a part of the squad last year, first year for you guys. And now you're kind of the veterans in the locker room. You're the leaders, you're the starters. Just how quick has that process kind of gone for you from being introduced to the Broncos last year and now being one of the top guys?
It feels like it happened super quick. So every day we just try to take it and just make sure that we're taking everything day by day. It feels like just yesterday we got here and moved into UPA, and now we're looking at our senior years and trying to just continue the same greatness that we started up last year and finish this year out with a ring.
Yeah, but you look back at that starting five, you have Cress, you have DJ in it, but a lot of it is different, and that's because Jalen Seegers departs the program after graduating, Zion Cousins, Darian Dixon. Those are some big names leaving FSU, and do you think do you try and fill those shoes? It almost seems impossible to fill their roles, but does the team just kind of taken on a new identity ever since those guys left, and how are you going about that?
We still got the same expectations under Coach Luke. Still going into every game expecting to win. We got a next man up mentality. So as soon as those guys left, it was just the next people who were up to fill in those shoes. We got a lot of great new pieces. A lot of guys that were on the team that were young last year stepped up, doing big things this year. So it's just next man up. So whoever's shoes there is to fill next, we're going to have somebody to fill them.
Yeah, and Tyler, that's where you and all the new transfers coming into the program kind of piece into the puzzle here. And you have you, Marcus, DeMarco, all these guys that are first year in the program but starting for the Broncos this year. How do you think all the guys are coming together and meshing their first season with FSU, including yourself?
Yeah, I think we're coming along well. I think it's been it's definitely been a learning curve. We all coming from different places, different cultures. Used to different things, but we all, especially as of late, we all been finding a way to get on that same page, and we're still trying to get everybody all hands on so we can, end up getting our ultimate goal. But I think it's been great. I think it's every day we getting better and better and better to all get on the same page, to do things how it's supposed to be done here, which is ultimately the winning way.
Yeah.
But I think it's been great.
Yeah, Coach Luke has talked about, at least in the first few weeks you guys were practicing and actually playing games, that guys are coming from different programs. They don't necessarily have bad habits, but they're used to certain cultures from wherever they're at. So how long did it take you to kind of break out of – you came from Youngstown State, so break out of the mindset of that program and kind of adapt to a new one?
Yeah, well, speaking on myself, I done been to a few different places before I got here, and I done took – a few things from every place I've been. Some things may be good, some things may not be good, but I'm just trying to learn how to get things to be done the right way here, so everything's working. Everybody's on the same page, like I said again, because once we get that going, I feel like sky's the limit for us.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Cress, the landscape around the CIAA has changed a little bit from where the Broncos were going into conference play last year. Last year, you guys were hunting that championship, trying to get back to that championship game. You did. You won it. You beat Virginia Union. You're CIAA champions for the first time in 50 years.
Yes,
and you got 2022 hanging up there on the banners now. But it means you guys have a little bit of a target on your back going into conference. So how has that dynamic changed for you guys a little bit as a team, knowing that all the other programs are trying to take you off the top?
I mean, we just try to stick to the same game plan that Coach Luke have every night. I mean, because we know that now that we targets, like, we're going to get everybody's best shot. So we just got to be prepared. So it goes back to preparation, you know, coming to practice every day, going hard, make sure you're getting better. Doing scout, make sure we focus, locking in on scout so we can be on point, be as perfect as we can, knowing that, you know, it's not going to be easy every night because everybody's going to give us their best shot.
Yeah, and Coach Luke is smart, Tyler, with how he scheduled the preseason for you guys before the conference. He wanted you guys to play tough competition, not only the Duke exhibition, but then UNC Pembroke, Augusta, who's a top program, Virginia Union, a rematch of the conference championship game. How big has that been for you guys to play that tough competition over the last couple of weeks to get you ready for these types of games in conference?
Man, I feel like honestly that's been everything for us because just, you know, that team last year, they such a great team. They won a championship. You know, I guess, you know, it's natural for guys to have a championship hangover, what they call it, but. You can't have that when you start the season 1-6. We had to figure out what direction we was going to go, and I think that made us so much stronger as a team, so much closer as a team because, you know, facing adversity early is tough. That's tough, and I think we handled it pretty well. I think we learned a lot about ourselves. We learned a lot about each other. So I think it was great for us.
Yeah.
Great for us.
Are there any DJ? Are there any players only meetings or just kind of like talks that you guys have when you start 1-6 and now you've gotten yourself back to near the 500 mark, 5-6? Was there kind of a turning point anywhere along this preseason schedule where you think you guys kind of grappled with it and started to move in the better direction?
Yes, sir, absolutely. So the games that we ended up losing to get to 1-6, they were all right there. We had them in our hands. Last 2 minutes, last minute here, we let it slip. So after every game, we do a good job of coming together and talking about what we could have did better before we even get a chance to talk to Luke and Coach Q and Coach CJ. So we got a real good camaraderie on the team. I feel like everybody holds themselves to a pretty high standard, and then that's going to trickle down to holding the team to a high standard. And then playing with Luke, he makes it pretty easy. You just got to really just pay attention and do what he says to do and just go out there and execute his game plan. But as far as a turning point, I would say that's a tough one. Last game, coming back down from 20, that showed us a lot who we were. That was really overcoming adversity because we could have easily gave up and quit, but we looked at each other. I came in the huddle, Chris came in the huddle, a few other guys came in the huddle and said we're going to win the game. So we went out there and handled business.
Yeah. Chris, how different is it for you going into some of these games now as one of the main offensive focal points of the team where some of these opposing teams now, they have more tape on you from the CIAA. You're not this new guy coming in from UNC Asheville they haven't seen play before. Jalen Seegers isn't, the focal point of the defense anymore. How are you noticing teams trying to shut you down a little bit, and how are you using your other guys around you to help distribute?
I mean, that's part of the game. I mean, team scout, they know, I'm a returning player. I'm all conference, all this other stuff, but that's why we have other guys step up. Like we got a good team. We got great players around me. So it's like we're not a one-dimensional team, so it's like it's not always going to be Cressworthy. It's going to be Ty Foster. It's going to be DeMarco, DJ Myers. Them type of guys step up. So it take a lot of pressure off of me. So
yeah. And you already see Marcus Elliott has a 22-point game that he put up in this gym, and he got hot one day, and he's been able to contribute big in the scoring. Tyler, you guys have fun too, just in practice. I got the chance to kind of sit there, listen in on practice. You guys, there's an intensity, there's a competitiveness, but on some of those 2-on-1 drills, you guys have fun, and it seems like you guys have a good mix when you get on the floor each time.
Yeah, man. I mean, we got to have fun when you're playing. At the end of the day, that's why we all started to play the game. I'm sure that's why you around the game. It's just to have fun. We just got to make sure we're having fun because this is a grind. This season is a real grind. Coach don't make it easy for us, and we don't want it to be easy for us. We want to make it a grind. But, we have fun in practice, but we lock in practice too. We compete in practice too. Just trying to have the whole experience, trying to just, take advantage of the opportunity.
Yeah. And lastly, DJ, all that hard work in practice and the tough games you guys have played. Finally, this hometown crowd gets to see a little bit. I got you guys at 11-2 last year in this gym. You won your home games. You used that home crowd advantage. Home crowd was even a little limited because of the COVID restrictions and everything.
Yes,
so we're expecting some much bigger crowds. You're going to have the band and everything going this year. How much do you think you guys will benefit from that hometown advantage and just playing in this gym this season?
Tremendously. We love our crowd. We love when we get the chance to play in cable, and we love to get our fans. Our fans do a great job of being in tune with the game and cheering us on and making it hard for the opposing team when they shoot free throws and stuff like that. So we appreciate them the most. So I'm really looking forward to it, especially with last year with the COVID situation. So we're looking forward to a lot of big turnouts this year. We got a lot of big games at home. We got a great team, great coaching staff, great guys around the program. So we're just looking to keep it going.
Yep, you heard him. Good luck this weekend, guys, this week, and best of luck to you. Thanks so much for tuning in as well to this edition of Above the Rim. For Andrew Chapman alongside Cressworthy, DJ Myers, and Tyler Foster, we'll talk to you next time. So long.